Did you know that there are a lot of different types of basil? There's the Thai basil, the Marseille basil, the holy basil, but also the purple basil. Basil is an aromatic plant from India, which is found in southern Europe in most Italian and Provencal dishes. If you want to spice up a hot dish or a cold starter, use this herb. But do you know the benefits and dangers of this herb? Let's review them together. Number 1. Antioxidants allow to fight against free radicals. The latter can cause cardiovascular diseases, accelerating aging, or would be responsible for certain cancers. Eating basil would therefore reduce the risk of these diseases. Number 2. This aromatic herb has antibacterial properties. Consuming basil could boost the effectiveness of antibacterial drug treatments. It is thus a natural remedy against infections or recurring infections. However, consuming a food does not replace a consultation with a health professional or a prescribed treatment. Number 3. As we know, the body needs minerals and vitamins to function normally. Basil contains a significant amount of vitamin K. In its dried or dehydrated form, it has plenty of it. Fresh, it contains less, but enough to benefit from it. Vitamin K plays 2 main roles. Firstly, it is essential for good blood coagulation. Secondly, it is also used in the manufacturing of bones. 2 good reasons, therefore, to include basil in your diet. Number 4. Iron is essential to our health. It is used, among other things, to transport oxygen in the blood. Iron deficiencies are quite common and most often result in fatigue. To reduce the risk of anemia, consume basil regularly. Number 5. As delicious as it is healthy, fresh basil also contains beta-carotene, folic acid, and vitamin C. What more could you ask for? Number 6. Basil can also be consumed as an infusion. If you have a little sore throat, make yourself a basil tea with a little honey. This tea helps to fight against small sore throats, especially in autumn and during winter. Our aromatic would also be known to contribute to mental relaxation, sleep, and digestion. Number 7. If you regularly suffer from heartburn or bloating, a course of fresh basil may be the natural solution to all of these little annoyances. Bring half a liter of water to a boil in a saucepan after adding about 10 fresh basil leaves. In the summer, you can then place the infusion in the refrigerator, the ideal solution to heal yourself, hydrate yourself, and quench your thirst at the same time. Number 8. When we think of basil, we immediately think of its use in cooking or in a drink. However, basil is also used in the elaboration of essential oils. If you have a muscular contracture, massage the painful place with basil essential oil that you would have diluted beforehand. If you suffer from headache or painful periods, the essential oil of basil will also relieve you. True analgesic, the essential oil of basil is one of the product's stars of the natural pharmacy. Caution: limit the use of basil essential oil to 4 drops per day and dilute it in an organic vegetable oil first. If you're pregnant or trying to become pregnant, do not use essential oils. For nursing mothers or children under 6 years old, or if you have a known medical condition, ask your doctor or pharmacist for advice. We now have reviewed the virtues of basil. Let's move on to its dangers. Number 1. Drug interactions. As we know, basil contains a lot of vitamin K. If this is good news for healthy people, it is not so for patients under anticoagulant treatment. If this is your case, you must have a stable vitamin K intake without peaks. Therefore, consume basil sparingly as an accompaniment only and not as an infusion or as whole leaves. Number 2. Basil allergy. Basil is safe for most of us, but not for those who are allergic to it. If you have an abnormal reaction to basil, don't use it anymore. This allergy can present itself in various forms, but most of the time, it's not serious. Itching, hives, or redness are the most common signs of an allergy. Number 3. Epilepsy. If you live with epilepsy, you probably know that many essential oils are not recommended or even forbidden. The good news is that basil essential oil is not one of them, but there are many precautions to take. Do not ingest basil essential oil, but use it locally or massage it into a neutral area. We recommend the area of the feet and the inside of the wrists, for example. Alternatively, you can use basil essential oil by its smell by breathing it in only. A good solution can be to put 1 or 2 drops, always diluted in a vegetable oil, on a cloth or a handkerchief that you can place under your pillow, for example. Number 4. Carcinogenic. Basil contains several plant substances, of which 2 in particular could prove to be carcinogenic: estragol and methyl-eugenol. It has been proven in an animal study that methyl-eugenol has indeed triggered cancer. Estragol has been pinpointed as genotoxic and carcinogenic. However, nothing has been proven in humans, and we do not know the doses that would have to be consumed for a human being to develop a cancer related to this consumption. Number 5. Bacteria. The E. coli bacteria can cause serious food poisoning, which can lead to hospitalization in children and elderly or vulnerable people. Although the bacteria are mainly found in undercooked meat or raw milk, basil can also be contaminated. A study proved that E. coli bacteria had resisted up to 14 days after its intentional deposit on fresh basil leaves. To avoid any risk, especially for the most fragile, cook the basil before eating it. Another bacterium, Salmonella, can also be present. The recommendations are the same as for E. coli, but food hygiene also plays an important role. Number 6. Digestive disorders. If basil is usually good for the digestion, it is possible that you are intolerant to it. Unlike an allergy, you will not have any cutaneous symptoms, but you may have a reaction, sometimes violent, after having eaten or drunk a recipe containing basil. This intolerance is translated by digestive inconveniences such as diarrhea or vomiting and dizziness for the most impressive cases. But don't worry, your body is purging itself of this food it can't tolerate, and within 24 hours, things should be back to normal. During this time, drink plenty of water to rehydrate, eat simple foods such as white or brown rice, and rest. This herbaceous plant, originating from India and used in Western and Asian cuisines, really has many assets, in addition to spicing up the taste of our dishes in a healthy way. No wonder the word basil comes from the Greek language, originally meaning king. Until we meet again for a new video next week, take good care of your health and see you next episode.